In this video, we're going to take a quick look at how to configure Visio Services. This comprises two steps. The first is to turn on the Visio Graphics service, and the second is to create a service application. I'll start here in Central Administration, and under System Settings, I want to go down to Manage Services on Server. And if I scroll down, you'll see we have the Visio Graphics service, and it is currently stopped. So I will start the Visio Graphics service. And if I can scroll down, you'll see it's now started. Now, something to consider is if you have multiple application servers in your farm, you'll want to decide which server or servers you want to run this service on. And it's really a capacity planning issue, but be aware of the fact that you can run it on multiple servers if you want to. So if I were to change servers and switch from AppServe1 to AppServe2 and scroll down, you'll see again here's the Visio Graphics service, and it is not running on this server. And that's fine. You only need to have it running on one server, but you can run it on more than one if you want. And you'll want to consider what other services you're running on any given server when you decide where you want to start it. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to leave it running on AppServe1. And I'm going to go back to Central Administration homepage. And under Application Management, I want to go down to Manage Service Applications. And we need to create a Visio Services service application. So under New, I will choose Visio Graphics Service. Give it a name. I'll just call it Visio Services. I do want to create an application pool. I'll just call it Visio Services App Pool. And then I need to select an account to run the application pool. Now, if I bring down the menu, you'll see I have two accounts here. One is App Pool, and that is a domain account that I have created that is a low-privileged account that I'm using here in SharePoint Server to run application pools for various service applications. The other one, of course, is my Farm Admin account. Now, that's a high-privileged account, and I don't really want to use that to run an application pool. So I'm going to choose Litware App Pool. You should choose whatever account is appropriate for running application pools in your environment. And if the account that you want to use does not show up in the drop-down list, you can click on this Register New Managed Account link and add it as a managed account. So I'm going to click OK. And you can see here's my Visio Services service application. If I want to use Visio Services with SharePoint-related data sources, such as a SharePoint list or an Excel workbook that is saved to a SharePoint document library, there's nothing else I really need to configure. I can go ahead and start using those data sources with Visio Services. If I want to use Visio Services with an external data source, like SQL Server, for example, there is additional configuration that I need to do. I can either set up Kerberos or I can use SharePoint's Secure Store service. And there's really two options for Secure Store. You can either use the unattended service account, or you can set up a specific target application to access the data that you want to access. And in either case, Secure Store will help you overcome the double hop authentication issue that you run into with external data sources. We'll be looking at both of the Secure Store service options in other videos in this series.